Welcome to another edition of Training Tuesday. I'm Hangman, and on the stream, we've got Lee and Dylan. Dylan somehow always managing to start the streams if he's not out right here on the mic with me. Opening up with a bit of a, I guess, friendly feud. See how these two bout, because I don't know if I've ever actually seen these two play each other. Sure to lead to a, I'm going to keep it a stack with y'all. This is going to be a funny start to the day. Oh, what characters do we have? I know it should be Snake and Byleth, and it looks like that's going to be the open. That's fine and dandy. Airspace is going to be a big deal in this one because Byleth can just rip Snake out of the sky, quite literally. But then also, if Dylan isn't careful with his buttons, he's going to take a ton of damage by way of the grenades. So, let's get to it. What a wonderful way to start a Tuesday with Dylan. And starting things off on Stadium, I think, is actually a pretty good call as far as a neutral start goes. Just because both of these characters don't have the best of lateral pressure, at least by way of like being super proactive. Like, Byleth does get to threaten space with Arid Bar, but at the same time, again, grenades are actually very strong at controlling neutral in this matchup. However, if Lee doesn't get the opportunity to pull those grenades, or if Dylan is good on waiting on when to put out side B, fair, and bear, and the like, there's a lot of easy damage that you can get before you have to even think about hunting for the kill. But that all being said, if the damages do manage to climb without Dylan managing to secure the lead, ooh, not going to be a worry in the beginning. Good start for Dylan. I do think the fact that Lee will always be able to threaten with up tilt out of shield is going to be something that Dylan has to watch out for. And apparently just plopping the C4 right next to himself. Reckless Abandon is the name of the game, I guess. I'm here for it. Just a little bit of a bloody start. Dylan trying to go for the haymakers with the up smash. A really good anti-air button, but given the way that Snake is able to move around in the air, not the most reliable of buttons out unless you know the Snake is landing on a platform, which Dylan is doing a good job of trying to cover. Getting aggressive with C4 like that, a bit of a risky call from Lee. Usually a very good item for securing your landings or otherwise just denying space. You do want to put the C4 on platforms when available on PS2, but you don't want to try to do so while approaching. Otherwise, your opponent has plenty of time to react to both the C4's placement and your movement. Because for all of Snake's goodness, he does lack a reliable aerial approach button. Like, you can't just put out bear or up air and hope for the best while on the move towards you. Fair is comically slow. And while down air is a very good out of shield button, not really the best when it comes to approaching. Dylan taking full advantage of the shield pressure he got earlier for some free hits. Sneaking an arrow pass, too. Very nice. Yeah, the fact that Snake has to run up and shields as one of the safer options here does make it a frustrating matchup for Snake, but plenty of kill potential does help even it out. You are super low and you don't have your C4. That is a very unfortunate way for Game 1 to end.
Allow me to demonstrate.
You do be pressing buttons, but they're not the right buttons. Game 2, I could see going back to Stadium if Lee is prepared. But otherwise, Snake actually has a lot of flexibility on where he could fight Byleth. As long as, I feel like Battlefield's the riskiest, besides, I guess Yoshi's, but I assume that's banned. But otherwise, this is dealer's choice on this one. Town and City is the pick, and I think that is probably one of the better picks for Lee to give us. It's a lot of available space for Snake to mix up landings and still maintain pressure. At the same time, while Byleth does get frisky on the platforms and can cover the stage well when it's in that FD form, but good luck catching up when there's grenades in the way. That's the ticket here. We need to see more nades from Lee. It's very typical of Snake, but they really do offer so much in controlling stage space, especially on demand. Between that and finding dash attack where you can, very good. Although Violet's Nair is good for mitigating a lot of like belligerent dash attack pressure from Snake. Ooh, trying to use early percentage down tilt. I kind of like it. As long as you keep it fresh for when you need it to kill, it's not the worst of options. And that C4 is going to ride the platform out. Gives Dylan the opportunity to build the pressure back up. Damage finds itself no problem. Arrow's doing a world of good for Dylan as well. In fact, that one going to find the mark after being charged. Have to be very mindful of walking around so that you can quickly flick your shield open in this matchup. Because even though Snake can build everything very effectively, the grenades don't do much to stop Falonot. And likewise, the fact that they just get to punch right through does make for a respectable zoning tool, which isn't really something you could say often about neutral B from Byleth. It's a rapid jab just to peel off some of the pressure, build up a little bit of the damage, and opting for back throw instead of down throw. Pretty sure up tilt would have been confirmed at this percent. And you know Lee's going to be looking for the grab because of that. You see him hunting around, and unfortunately for him, that means that Dylan's going to be ready to put out hitboxes. Although met hitbox to hitbox, forward tilt gets the kill. All right, taking advantage of the aggressive landing, and where are we going? We're just going up, up, and out, and swinging through the C4. Sure, you know what? If we're going to be pressing OD buttons like that, might as well. And Nair dash attack. Good confirm from Dylan. Does help keep the stocks to his favor. A bit of the platform camping, too. If Snake doesn't have grenades or C4 up there, that is free real estate. And that was a really good rising Nair from Lee, because otherwise, if you put out that Cypher early, that was dead. It was either stand back on the stage and down smash it to smithereens, or down air it, and then Snake is just cooked. At 35, like almost no characters coming back. All right, and a good read on the DI as well. Just going to keep on tracing, although no up air or up B to be found there. Yeah, no, at those higher percentages, you're never getting up B, side B. You need to start hunting out with other buttons. Like this kind of percentage, you kind of want to go for the trick shot with neutral B. Very risky landing, but because Snake shortens himself, he manages to scrape on by. But he puts himself in the way of sweet spot side B. And the handshake with a little bit of tension. It goes to Dylan.